All right. All right. So, oh man, I set the link out. I don't know. I haven't been live in a long time, so here I'm mumbling. I'm a little nervous. Don't even know what to say, but I had technical difficulties once I pressed stream, but it looks like I got it. So welcome. This is Dre Trades. I think I go live today. I was gonna drop a Tesla video, but I was like, you know what? It's been some time since I was live. Tesla's kind of kicking butt today. So how about this? How about we just do a live video and talk about Tesla and talk about the market? Yeah. And that way I can answer your questions to see what you got going on. What are you trading? Right? Anyway, so Tesla, man. All right, so crazy week. I was listening to the over, CNBC overseas. What do they call that? Or whatever they Europe and that trading. And so we know that what UBS bought. What did they buy? CS, what is it? Credit Suisse, whatever. I can't even remember all these banks, man. But you figured that was the answer, and then everything just starts. It just starts crashing over there. I mean, like, what the hell's going on? I thought we was gonna have a bad day, but everything seems to turn around, right? But I don't know. I'm a little nervous with the Fed talk this week. I think it's Wednesday. I don't think that there's anything the man could say that can make us just go higher. I really think it's one of those days. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really good at that. But here's the odds. You want to know the odds? The odds are every time he speaks, the market goes down. It might not go down that day, but it'll go down the next day or the next day. Generally, after he speaks, so he speaks on Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to have a serious down day. This seems to be the trend, the pattern, ever since that man's been in office. I think there was one time that it was like it rallied. Maybe that was that last time he spoke. I don't remember. Anyway, let's look at Tesla. So what do you think, man? Yeah, so I'm just a little nervous about this week, but I want to show you the Q chart, and the Qs look really, really good. Everything else is just kind of So what's up, everybody? Mr. Jerry, what's up? Yo, where to drop the videos? I'm waiting for the next video, man. Anyway, shoot, I can't even remember your last video. Anyway, I digress. I like using that now. Tesla, where do we are? Up 4.8. I put a little trade on today, and I'll show you a small trade. I wish Tesla had options that expired every day like the SPY. Oh, I'd love to play those. Anyway, but hold on, man. Don't see me squinting. There we go. All right, so Tesla's up 4.4 today, $4 and 2.45%. Here is the what am I looking at? Here's the hourly, right? I usually don't zoom down to that, and you can see how. Let me go to the minute real quick, because I put this trade on. Uh, Zoom it down like that. Wait a minute. All right. Let's see what I did. I gotta extend this line to the right here. There we go. If I put the minute on, there we go. So you see how Tesla came down, it opened up, we gapped down, and we went down like that. And you see, I was like, oh man, it's hitting support. I'm gonna go ahead and put a trade. This is why I wanted daily options, because I just wanted to like either sell puts here or buy a little call spread to bring it back to the top of the range. And I gotta wait until Friday, unfortunately. So I did the Friday. I bought the 182 and a half to 185. Small trade on the spread. And I think that maybe I can't even talk, maybe. I was like, maybe we can blow through this area this week. Look at that. Look at this range in here, right? So it's pretty good action today. There's no volume here. But we at the top of the range. That's why I would just like to get out. So I don't know about Friday, because if the market's down, it's going to bring Tesla down. Check this out, man. I think, yeah, look at the heat map. Yeah, I figured out how to bring it up on Thinkorswim. Oh, wait a minute. Damn, I was kind of doing a pre-video and it changed. So all the tech, the heavyweights, they were down. Microsoft still down, Amazon still down, but they turned it around. they turn around. Google's down, right? It's AMD's down, Nvidia's down, but it was a lot more red than this, and some of them are still red. But you know, Tesla's green. That's a good thing. Bitcoin is green. That's a good thing. You know, the Bitcoin Tesla portfolio has been working. Tesla's it's almost like a tag team, right? Bitcoin's running, Tesla's falling behind, and then Tesla running, Bitcoin falling behind. If I can get these two things to run together, boy, it'll be great days. Great days. The portfolio will be seeing great numbers, but I can't seem to get them to run together. Anyway, you said you just started a swing position. FRC, you know, that's what bothers me. Let's look at that real quick. And rode Tesla up to 185 and got out last night. You said last night I said 184 and watched. I didn't do a video. I don't even remember what I said on the last video, but maybe you meant last time. Let's look at First Republic. And yeah, so I like Tesla up to the top of that range. Let me go back. I like it here. If it breaks through, then I like it to here, this 192 area, right? This kind of little downtrend I got going on. Then if it breaks that, then I actually like it all the way up to, damn, hold on now. Yeah, I mean, if we can break this area right here, I'm going to say this 192, I'm going to even call it a range. Let's call it the 190. This line needs to be redrawn. Hold on here. Maybe something like that. I'm telling you, I don't know. What am I drawing? I got all these lines, these sloppy charts. Okay, I see. Draw it from there. And then maybe, yeah, a little higher. It's not that accurate. So up to here. Yeah, I like it up to that 202 range will be next. 200 to 202. And then after that, man, maybe we can make 212, then 220, even remembering the areas real quick. But man, it's just been depressing, right? My last Tesla videos has been like, what have you done for me lately? This thing has just been breaking down. Look at the downtrend, right? And now just lately, this is the hour chart. So the last couple of days, we got a little movement, crossover and moving out. Things is kind of looking good. But we're right here. And this is where it always seems to want to break down, right? At these resistance areas. It doesn't matter which one it is. When it goes down and then comes up and reaches a level of resistance, it just breaks down. And I want to say, can we break one? It just hasn't done that in so long. So it would be real impressive if it were to break that. And that's why I wanted to do my option trading, get out today. I just wanted to be out today, let the options expire worthless, because I do believe it can hang up in here for today. But tomorrow, especially Wednesday, I don't know. I don't know, man. If it could break that, then I can start getting a little excited about the thing, right? So let's see what happens. That's the hours. Let's look at the minute, right? So look at that. Hit the top of the range. See if I could draw down right there. I want to slide down. Hit the top of the range and look at that pullback. I mean, it's trading perfectly to these. I wish I was one of those traders where I'd be like, you know, it hits where I want to and then be buying like 1,000 shares and stuff like that. I need like crazy margin and just play the move, right? And just play for 50 cents and stuff like that. You can do that with Tesla because it's just bouncing off of these levels perfectly. And then you get huge moves when it does it, you know? So I like that. I really haven't followed Tesla this close since I started making the Tesla videos. Let me tell y'all, if you're watching me right now, you probably watch me. Been dropping Tesla videos just because they've been getting the views, you know. So I'm just like, all right, this is what y'all want to see. Because if I drop a QQQ video, it's only gonna get 25 views, right? If I drop a Tesla video, it's gonna give me 1,000 views. I don't get it. If I drop a Microsoft video, 30, 40 views. You know, so I'm just like, all right, you guys want to see Tesla? I'll drop the Tesla videos, okay? I'm in the trade, so hey, I'll drop the Tesla videos for you. Anyway, yeah, anyway, I got to keep going back and forth between my other screens. Let's look at First Republic. And this is just, is it still down? You know, it's made a little comeback. It was down 17, 18% today. It's still down 13.5. The thing is like free falling. Here, this is a 4 hour chart. Look, this fell off a cliff. Can't even. If things is all good in UBS world, UBS, it is Credit Suisse, right? That they bought for 25 cents basically. All these banks, yeah. Yeah, it's Credit Suisse. Yeah, and then the next one we got to worry about is Deutsche Bank. Let me see that real quick. It's up. It's up 1%. Oh man. This is going to be the next one to keep an eye out. Besides whatever regional wants to blow up on us. But back to let me see what Credit Suisse. Yeah, Credit Suisse trading at 0.94 cents. Some people I seen on Twitter, they was getting in, they was trying to buy some, cheap, basically, I would say cheap options just to stock. It was under $2, thinking it's going to bounce. Well, they kind of getting wiped out today because 94 cents. That's why. I mean, it was a good play. They books had to be bad, right? 25 cents, I believe that thing sold for. Definitely under $1. All right, so back to First Republic. And yeah, I just don't know. I mean, yeah, so UBS bought, I guess, Credit Suisse or whatever. I don't know if that fixes things. And why is this going down? What's going to happen with this? And then when this goes down, what's attached to this? What are we going to find out once this goes down? So something is wrong. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know how to call it. And the Fed's going to raise a lot of it's just from raising interest rates too fast, right? So now we're going to possibly raise it another 0.25%. It's like you got a fire and you throw a little bit more gas on it before you put it out. It just seems weird. It just seems like you shouldn't do it. Forget your credibility. Hey, it's okay to be wrong. Okay, it's okay to be wrong. So they talk about the credibility and it's okay to be wrong, but it's wrong. Am I getting this right? But it's wrong to stay wrong. You don't want to stay wrong, okay? and I just don't think he should raise into it. Just kind of like, are we just gonna chill, see what happens with these banks, see what's going on here? We still want to kind of push it higher. We want to fight inflation. 6%. Things is looking good. A lot of numbers is coming down. It's not where we want to be. We want to be at 2%, but we got banks blowing up and little turmoils out there. So let me just kind of put on the brakes, not brakes, just kind of chill a little bit. We'll take a look at it. We're going to be data dependent and got some data, right? The data is saying, slow down. I might have went too fast. Let's wait. Just look. Let's just see. See what happens. And then, okay, looks good. I think everything's under control. Let's start maybe doing another quarter or whatever to start your little program again. But I just think if they do a quarter just to save face, because just last week they was talking about doing 50%, 50 basis points, damn near. And then now to basically nothing. It's okay though. It's okay because the data's coming in, banks is blowing up. They all got these. It's just not working. You went too fast. You was too slow to start the easing because you thought it was transitory. Now you're too fast. Don't you see? Whatever, you got to do the opposite. Remember the Seinfeld episode, The Opposite? You need to do the opposite, Jerome Powell. If you feel that you want to do 50, maybe you should cut. Anyway, I think that's what tech is sniffing out. I really do. I mean, let's look at let's look at a couple of the indexes here, and I'm gonna go to the monthly. And oh man, this right here is looking real good. Look at the stochastic coming off the low. We're breaking, unlike Tesla. All right, let me show you. How about I get rid of this line? I don't think we're gonna revisit this. I'll remove that one. I'm trying to clean up my charts. All right, we know what the bottom is. I'll remove this one. And just look at that. I'm trying to get this down here. There we go. Right, so you got a head and shoulders here. It's inverse. You got the trend line. You got the breakout of the trend line. You got some horizontal resistance areas that is blowing through. We're approaching this next one right here. Let me go down to the maybe the daily now. How about that? Right, we're approaching this next one. It's just breaking resistance levels, and monthly the month it looks good. It looks like it just wants to start to go higher right from here. Just kind of not necessarily V, not I'm not talking all-time highs, none of that stuff. Just start to go higher. It's just looking good. All right, so yeah, so look how that looks. That's crazy. How about this? How about I get rid of all these lines? Let me see. Clear drawing set. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? That looks like a bottom. It just does. And then now, if they're talking about cutting rates in the future, okay, so you might pause, you might go 25%, but we know that's it, right? We know this one right here is it. The next one will be a pause for sure. Maybe a cut, especially if we get more blowups. So I think tech is definitely sniffing that out, right? It was first to fall. Once you started cutting and falling hard, it's going to be the first kind of coming out of that. Looking to the future. I don't know, but it's still a scary moment this week. I don't know. It's like it could be so important if they don't control it. You know what I mean? It could really get ugly, but they could. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know, man. If one of you guys was broke, right, and I got money, and you like, man, you down and out, and I'm like, all right, I got you, man, I got you. You good? You good now? Well, I'm a broker, okay? I mean, I got you, but I don't have the same amount of money because I got you, so I'm broker. You see what I mean? It just seems weird, Like if I got 2 cups, I wish I had cups because it's a demonstration, and this cup is full and this cup is empty, but I got you. Pour some in it. I don't got as much now. You know what I mean? And it's not. I got the same paper you had. I just got maybe a little bit more deposit. I got more sources to get more juice. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it works what they're doing. And then it seems forced as well. It's not like UBS was like, oh my God, Credit Suisse, that's a great deal. I'm gonna scoop it up. Nah, they was told to over the weekend, and there was some behind the door shenanigans going on to make them buy it. Kind of like back in the Bear Stearns days. What was that one that went under? It was Bear. What was the other one? There's one more. Can't remember. Or one started it. Lehman Brothers, right? Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns. Anyway, that's what it reminds me of, right? So, and that was just the start, I think. And then the market was just going down. And then what is about 6 months later, it started to come back, if I remember right. So yeah, just think about that, It's crazy. Anyway, let's look at the SPY. Now, we saw the NASDAQ. By the way, this chart scares me. I don't like this chart. And this one, you saw what the Qs look like, right? It was looking bullish. Look how this one is not really doing it. And look how it broke this trend line right here. Look at that break right here. Now we got the monthly. We have a doji candle right here. It means indecision. Bulls, bears, tug of war. It's a tie. It's a tie. They don't know which way it's going to go. So very important. It's March 20. So we got another 10 days or so in the month. But, it looks like, here, let's go to the daily. You see the break, right? Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of this area right here. You see the break, and then I just think we pull back to the backside of this trend line, and then I just think we fail. What holds me back from that, and you can see you see the upper resistance, you see the lower, right? And then you got that trend line I kind of drew right there, and we broke. We're still in this area though, which is good news. That's what the gray area I just had that I deleted. That's good news, but it just seems like it's just not as strong as that NASDAQ is looking. And then if the if the SPY is tanking, because the NASDAQ continue to go up, I don't know. That would be weird. Yeah, it could go down like today's down, and it could do something like that, but like a long-term trend, I don't know. But anyway, this is not looking as bullish. Now I'll go back to the monthly so you can see what I'm talking about as the NASDAQ was looking, right? Stochastic is even looking like, looks like it just wants to kind of roll over, right? So not liking that. That's weird. How about the Russell? A lot of small regional banks are in there. Okay, look at that candle right here. Look how it's just hitting. I'm gonna have to go to the daily on this one. It's just bouncing right off the lower trend line. Like it's ready to break. And if this breaks, the SPY is gonna break. Look at the volume even coming into it. It's just, I'm not feeling that either. So it's weird how I can be looking at that Q chart, but these charts suck. You know, so yeah, we at the bottom of the trend line. This is, yeah, it's a buying point. Maybe that's why you got some volume. You got people buying, you got people selling into it. A lot of activity right there. It's a hot spot. Let's see if it can come out of this area. This week, we're going to know. We're going to know exactly what it's going to do. It's either going to start heading higher or it's going to break, right? This is big news this week. So we need to keep an eye on that. I removed this one right here. You can see the breaks here, maybe here, and it came back, right, and held in there, and it's just, look at the volume, right? You don't see that anywhere. You see it here, but, you know, so not looking like the Qs, right? Not looking like the Qs. How about the EEM? Which is just a up, down thing. This thing, you see these turn points, right? So I got a little area with, basically, I got it like this. I'm in this in my TSP plan, and I'm selling as soon as it gets up here. I'm just playing the wave, the bounce, you know. So we're down here, I'm in. Get up here, I'm out. It's been doing that for like 20 years. This thing can't break out. It's crazy. Anyway, so I'm just playing a trend. It's been working. But here, let's zoom in now, right? It's not really doing what it was doing here and here. It wants to roll over. It's just, right? So it's up today. It's up 0.5%. I don't know, you know? I don't know. Anybody want me to look at anything specific? We looked at FRC. We looked at Tesla. Let me see. Let me pull up my little side chart here. But so Tesla. So let's look at Bitcoin, because you know we just talked about the Qs, right? Look at Bitcoin. It's got that Q chart, right? Looks good. It's just like the Qs, but this one even looks more bullish. Look at, right? I don't have a lot of data on this, but look at the trend line breakdown, the breakout, sideways action, right? And now it's starting to head higher. Volume is kind of not there where I would like to see it, but I think it will come. It's just, you don't need to be any kind of technical analyst to see what the hell's going on with this one, right? It's going. It's looking good. You know, I'm in it. I like it. It's great. I posted on my Twitter, Dre Trades, at Dre Trades. I retweeted. Somebody said, you know, because there's a lot of people that was here waiting for this thing to go to 10,000, and I just don't get it. I gotta admit, I don't get it. This is something that I believe is going to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Why are you being petty between 20,000, 2017, 10,000? This is like a rounding error. It doesn't matter. It's where it's going. Not stop being little. I gotta get the best price. Just start buying it. You gotta think of where it's going. Where it's gonna go in time. Don't trade this. This is something you just buy and just hold it forever. Just hold it. Right? So I don't get, so basically I was going back to the picture, right? So They didn't want to wait, and they missed the move. Now, if it go to 10,000, we need like a 60% decline, right? Half, 50% retracement is going to bring us to 15,000. So what do we need? A 75%, whatever, 60, 70, in that area. I don't think that's going to happen. The on-chain data is saying that's not going to happen. There's like 73% now of all Bitcoin hasn't even moved in a year. It's not moving. The exchanges are running out of Bitcoin. They don't hardly have any. This is part of the run because I think people's trying to scoop up Bitcoin, right? They're coming out of banks. Oh, Bitcoin's probably a good idea. Can't trust the banks. So they buy, let's get some Bitcoin. Guess what? Binance don't have no Bitcoin. Coinbase don't have no Bitcoin. Well, they have it, but not as much as they used to. Price is going up. It's going to start, in my opinion, start accelerating hard to advances that we haven't really seen yet. You got the halving coming up in next April, right? So right now it's like 6.25 or something Bitcoin is being mined every 10 minutes. Now it's going to be 3. So what is that? It's something like 600 million a day new Bitcoin. Now it's going to be like 300. Those numbers could be wrong, but I'm just giving you an example. Now it's going to be like 300. It's like less Bitcoin out there. So you better get yours while you can get it. So it's like, yeah, it's just a good thing. And that, this event, the world is seeing it now because your money is not safe anywhere. Anyway, Bitcoin looks good. So one trade I have on is MicroStrategy because this is Bitcoin on steroids. And I nailed this one, right? So it's up another $6.40. This thing just needs to keep going up because this thing has a short interest the last time I checked of 34%, right? So basically every third MicroStrategy share is short. So this thing starts going up, they're gonna have to buy it. So you got the people like me that just wants to buy it, and then you got the people that's losing money that's gonna have to buy it to close their position. So this one doesn't look as bullish as Bitcoin look. It's always best, by the way, to have the actual asset. But I'm trading this because I can't get Bitcoin in my other account. So here's the next best thing. MicroStrategies. It's like a Bitcoin holding company. Right. So not looking good, but I think this is gonna start to explode if Bitcoin continues to go straight up. So I was in it. Oh man. I was in it somewhere right about here. And then right here. And waiting for it. I was so upset. What is this? About 220? Yeah. And then it went down to 189. I was like, oh man. Could have got a better price. But then I blinked and then it's higher than that and the profitable position and everything, right? So basically it went from there. It's up 48% in 8 days. No one's talking about that, right? So how about if we just reach this upper resistance area, right? So let's say we're here and we kind of get there. That's another 27%. I think we reached it. As long as Bitcoin keeps going up, this is going up. And then it's going to start to explode because I'm sure it's going to be getting wrecked, right? So we got the breakout from the downtrend line. We're still in the sideways action mode. I'm expecting that big candle, that big body candle to bring us right there. Kind of like, did Bitcoin do that? Back to Bitcoin. Let me see, /BTC. Is that the symbol? Yeah, kind of like this candle here, right? I'm expecting one of these moves. We'll see. Just my guess. I have no idea. But this thing has been going up like 10, 20 a day. So MicroStrategy just a few days ago, go back to the hourly. Look at that. Just a few days ago, it was 191. Now it's 272. It's almost 300. So it's something to. They're gonna be. By the way, they're gonna be making They buy Bitcoin every quarter. They're gonna be making another purchase here soon. You're gonna hear it on the announcement. It's been a minute. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. See what else is going on. Got Tesla's 184. Disney Dow. Dow's up 334. Yeah, that's what I meant to bring up. The Dow, because we talked about the S&P, we talked about EEM, we talked about the Qs. Let's talk about the Dow. And it's kind of like the S&P. It's having a good day today, right? But does that look like strength to you? I tell you what, though, what's impressive about the Dow is it's not too far from an all-time high. So I'll give you that. I'll give it to you. But we're sitting right there. It looks like we're right at a level. It looks like we actually got a little. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, we actually just broke through that level of support. And now we down here. It just looks weak. It's just looking weak. Stochastics heading down. We're up today though. All right, so yeah. Look at that. It's like right here. Looks like a little bear flag action, right? Just kind of, and then you get the breakdown or something like that. So, oh man, look at the resistance. I'm just looking at it. Look at all these hits, and this is when I thought it was actually going to break. The more time you knock on the door, eventually it's going to open. You're going to bust through. It didn't. And then when that happens, by the way, this usually does happen. You just go down and we cut through the other side. We did bounce. It didn't last. The bounce lasted about 2 days and then just blew right through. And then now we're kind of not even trying to make it up. We just in a holding pattern. It's like a bear flag. What does that mean? It's like no one wants to. It means like this sell-off was real. No one wants to just say, "Oh, this is a great deal. Y'all sold it off. Give it to me." No one wants that. So, because they would just buy it back up. It didn't happen. Alexa's telling me, "Oh, I'm getting a shipment today." All right, so it's coming down, right? They didn't buy it back up. It's just kind of hanging out. It's almost like they're saying, yeah, you was right. I'm just going to wait and see, right? Everybody wants to wait and see. That's why this week is important. This thing is not going to just gyrate in here by the end of the week. It's going to be a move. I got to say down. I got to say that's the way the chart's looking now. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like the chart's saying it's going to go lower. So you see my little dilemma, right? So I'm liking the Qs. I guess you should buy the Qs on any weakness, right? Because the S&P and the Dow is most likely gonna bring down the Qs. I don't know yet though, because actually the Qs are down, right? Okay, so the Qs are turning around on me. Wait a minute, they was down today already. Never mind. So yeah, I don't know that this looks good. One thing I would like to see to really validate it, I want to get these are ugly candles, right? So that can we break this candle? Can we close above that? And that's 313.68. That's a little rally from here. Yeah, that's about 2.75%, right? So can we break that? And so that's the only thing that I would like to see. But out of the 3 indexes, and it looks good. So one more thing I want to look at, which I am not in, and that is gold. What kind of trader investor are you? What are you saying, JRH? What are you saying? I'm a long-term dude. All my positions are in leaps. So you know that, right? Yeah, leaps, the farthest one you can buy. Those expensive leaps, like if you buy like MicroStrategy leaps that you're gonna pay like $7,000 for, those are mine. Now you can cheapen those trades, by the way. Just sell it out of the money, way out of the money. Leap, right? You can lower it that way. You could lower it by selling a put spread as well, right? So sell a way out of the money put spread, right? And you can lower those prices on those calls, man. They're very expensive, especially on stocks like that. Oh my goodness. So yeah, yeah, they're just expensive. Let me see something. And oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I like these because they got the three. These got they got the. I have yet to find a position, or I should say, a stock that had, this is basically 1,000 days. They could let you. They got the 1925s out December. This you got all of this year. You got all of next year. And then you got all of the next year. I mean, these are 3-year leaps, man. This is insane. But yeah, you want to buy this at the money one, it's $11,000. It's gonna cost you. It's crazy. But if you think Bitcoin is gonna run in 3 years, that's cheap. That's actually cheap. You could sell this last one down here, the 540 for 7,000. So you almost cut it. You cut it more than half, right? So you could do that. You can come over here and sell a deep put spread, to kind of lower the cost of those, or you can just buy something out of the money, but just be careful because the theta can eat you up, so you want to sell something to slow that theta burn, right? Call spread, sell put spread with it, or whatever, but I wouldn't recommend straight calls. You could, but if for some reason if Bitcoin don't run or this don't run or something happens, it's just gonna slowly eat that position away. These are very expensive options, so but those are the ones I'm in. Right. All right. So gold, want to look at it. Let's look at the GLD ETF. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Let's see what's going on here. Everybody says gold, Bitcoin, gold. And it's about this is almost like the textbook, almost. I don't like the way it looks here, but the textbook pattern of a cup and handle. It's like textbook. It's almost, right? It's like, well, you know what? I can't say textbook. I take it back because the handles should not be higher than here. It should actually be a little bit lower. Volume should be lower as well. And it kind of is, So this should be lower. Like this peak right here should not have went over there. But that's why I said kind of. But they sold it off, right? It's like, no, you shouldn't be up here. You should be down here, which would have been correct. Right? And then kind of like that. And then you had this sell off, which was crazy. And then so gold is volatile. But let me tell you something, man. Almost all time high. And if this thing, once it breaks that, it's off to the races with gold. I'm not a gold fan. I'm just looking at gold. But I think the cup and handles, right? You're supposed to, once the breakout happens, you go from the bottom of the bowl to the neckline, I think. So that's like 54%. So are we going to have a 54% move? Or are we going to, let me see, are we going to go up to like, let me see, what would 54% be? Oh, man, it's off the charts. Are we gonna go to like 290? Man, if we do, can the SPY be? We're in trouble, right? It's this things happening out there that probably makes us all nervous. Gold, though, about to break out. The last 2 years it's been in a holding pattern, so it's like nothing that you really have to like buy all the gold right now. But it's something that you can accumulate. You can start accumulating gold for a long-term portfolio. If you really want the, alpha in that, look at the gold miners, right? I think the junior miners. I can't remember any of the tickers, by the way, but I used to trade gold way back. Let me see, back here probably when it was running. Yeah, I was doing some gold stocks and knew all of those gold miners and stuff. I don't know any of them now. Let me see. Anglo. I can't remember one of them. I can't even try. But you can see why I forgot. Because look, it just hasn't been a trade. Right? Just hasn't been a trade. Remember, during this time, the stock market was running. You buy anything else but gold, and you was gonna make money. But all of a sudden, since 2018, That's when you know what wasn't off. Is that when he? No, he came in at 216. But just started in 2020, we had you know what again, and I don't know what this sell off was about. The sell off from April 1st. I don't know what was going on. If someone knows, tell me. But they sold it off hard. 20% sell off. Wow! But it took it right back. Took it right back. Anyway, okay. Is this thing? Okay. Anyway, so that's gold. It's crazy. Look at that. Ready. It's ready. If it fails here, it could. It could do one of these numbers now. So I'm just like, oh man. It's got a this is a heavy resistance area, by the way. Right here. Right? Look at those wicks. Look at them. Now I'm gonna get rid of that. Remove drawing. Look at that. So once it reaches that area, you're gonna see some pressure. I doubt if it blows through this. I think any rally, a good trade, sell a call spread above it, right? And then probably sell off and you'd be okay. But we probably break through. My guess, we break through. This looks good. This pattern looks real good. I don't know if this is that 3-bar pattern right there. And we're going higher. We're going higher with gold. We're going higher with Bitcoin. And we're going higher with the Qs. The rest of the market, I don't know. Now, he's talking about regional banks. Let's look at the KRE real quick. It's weird because it's up today. It's up 4%. I tell you what, looking at this chart, this is the monthly. Remember here, this was the when the whole world was, just don't want to say it. You know what I'm talking about. All that going on. We got the same kind of sell-off right here. That was a buying opportunity. So maybe everything is fixed and the people's dumping their shares and they probably should be buying, right? So we was up 174% from that low to the top. Maybe we can do something like that now. Be a little gyrations in here. It took a year for it to kind of snap back. So maybe, a little year. I think this pays dividends as well, doesn't it? 3.6 yield, right? While everybody's running, you can get in. As Warren Buffett says, buy when blood's on the street. Blood is on the streets with banks. It's on the streets. So the one that I would like to scoop up, if I was gonna do that, it wouldn't be the regionals, but I would look at Goldman Sachs. I think gave you an opportunity. These guys always make money. They don't really lose money. And well, this is more like a investment bank. It's not really a money center bank, but and then Morgan Stanley, and then of course J.P. Morgan, which is if you're into the money center banks, I think that would be a good deal to start putting in your portfolio because those are the leaders, right? I don't know if I would own the junk, and then maybe the KRE, I guess, just because it's just sold off and nobody wants it, right? So that's what that way you hold them all. You don't have that single stock risk with these because you could wake up tomorrow, there's this bank, and you're like, oh, right? I'm just looking at JP Morgan, 3.12% yield. So not bad. You get a little, it's not the smoothest ride, okay? But they're giving you a discount. I mean, it's right now it's 128 and it was just 143 a few days ago. They didn't really sell it off as hard as these guys should be making money. Now, a lot of people was excited about Schwab, even the president. Even the president bought some. I haven't looked at this lately. And look at that bounce off the bottom. So you can see that gift that Schwab is a brokerage. They do have a banking division, and they're just not going through what the other banks are going through. The CEO said it in an interview, and he also put his money where his mouth was when the stock got that low and started. I think he bought almost like $1 million worth of shares in several purchases. So Look at that volume. So he put his money where his mouth is. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he was lying. I always question when you have uh CEOs or whatever that want to come on and defend themselves. Makes me go, why? Why do you want to do that? Anyway, sold off. It's struggling right here. Let's see if you can get above that resistance. How about that, Schwab? Can you get above that? Let's see. Anyway, that's an obvious level. It's struggling right now. That's the weekly. Let's look at the daily, see what it's like. Yeah, it's just, let's see if you can do it. Right? Let's see if you do got any toxicity in your books. All right. So I mean, how could you not? Like, I guess it started like with bank runs. I'm just thinking, I mean, we've been at zero rates for 10, 12 years, whatever, for the most part, just a long time. So the banks couldn't even ladder. Like, you basically kept us buying 10 years, 1.5% rate, 5 years. You know, you wasn't getting better than 1.5 on any kind of treasury note or bond. And then now that things are skyrocketed, all those positions are 50%, 60%, low. You only can get, basically you lost 30 to 40% to 50% on them. If you need to sell, now it's all good if you can hold on to the maturity, but if you need to sell any of those, you're in trouble. So hopefully you got the deposits, as you say. He said a lot of people was leaving the other banks, and deposits was up, everything's good, and blah blah blah. But all the banks have to have the same paper, mortgage, bonds, securities, or whatever, right? Everybody's mortgage was 3%. But what happens when people start with interest rates, inflation? What happens when they can't stop paying? People stop paying their mortgage. I'm just throwing it out there, and then it's like, oh my gosh, we got all these notes no one could pay. Anyway, but we'll see, man. The banking, I think it's just the beginning. I always say this also. This is one of my things that I learned over time. Anytime the market starts talking about, and I'm even violating right now, I need to pull out everything. See, I'm saying it right now. I need to really, if I were to stick with what I'm about to tell you, I need to not be in anything. Is when the market starts screaming credit, when you hear credit, when you hear banking, especially credit, cash, or anything with like that, it's time to get out. That's the warning sign. It's just time to go. So we heard it. We heard it for the last week or so. And let's see. It's always a contagion. It's always worse than it actually sounds. That's what I learned over my time interested in this stuff. So I'm breaking it right now because I'm still in. But let's see. I'll refer to this video and say, yeah, I was right. I should have stuck with that. And you just gotta wait for it to settle out. You just wait. So but it's pretty. We'll see. That's all I can say. Anyway, you said you back. You was unloading what you talking about. You were gonna have to probably catch the replay, but talking about a little bit about anything. But I'm getting ready to end the video. So anybody want to talk about something specific? Hit me up. I got about 5 minutes. I'll BS some more, but you got about 5 minutes. But I was talking about Bitcoin. I was talking about gold. I was talking about the banks, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was. I was talking about the KRE index. So things like that. Tesla's all right. Is Tesla about to break? Is it about to break a level here? No way. No way. No, see, I knew it. Yeah. Anyway, but Tesla's trading pretty good today. He's having a good day. It's up $5, man. It's been a minute, right? It's been a minute since you did it. But there it is. Back to the the heat map. It's looking better every time I go to this heat map. It's changing. So this Microsoft and Amazon. I'm gonna look at Amazon real quick. Amazon makes me. Could I click this and open it up? No. Okay. Amazon came out with that earnings report, and y'all know I'm an Amazon fan if you follow me. Anyway, but I'm not anymore. I do. I'm a wannabe one still, but and it was making that great run, and you see the gap down, and I got the area highlighted. I said, "Oh, it's done. It's going to the lows," and I highlighted it right there. So this is why I like to keep my drawings on the chart, right? So I highlighted it. We're coming down here, and it was doing it. Sure enough, we came all the way back down to this. We got as low as 188, and we needed to come to this 86 area. So $3 short. And I was like, okay. Okay, by the way, by them buying it a little higher, people want it. People want to be in it, right? It didn't go to the low. It's probably a good buy. It's maybe even now. But and now it's weak. It's just not. I don't even know what to say. How to say. Basically, some reason I just feel it's not showing that it wants to go higher. Let's put it that way. Yet it's holding on to lows. I mean, it's 97. It's not, can't get above that 100. It's just kind of hanging out here. So if Amazon's something you want to own long term, it's good. This is good. It's always good to accumulate low, right? It's always. So I know people always want to get on, and I guess it feels good. It's high, and you want to buy higher and higher and higher. Buy high, sell higher, right? But it's low, and you could take your time and just kind of be accumulating Amazon. But I don't know, it's just not wanting to lift, right? I showed you the NASDAQ chart looked good, right? I guess it was the semis. The semis is rocking, right? So here's the NASDAQ, right? That chart looks good. Look at the crossovers on the moving averages as well. Go to the Amazon. Amazon doesn't look anything like that chart. And this is one of the biggest cube components. Right? So what's going on with that? And that's what's like, it's like it's only kind of up because the index is up, right? You buy the Qs, you're buying Amazon. It's just, and when they report, are they really going to report something just like great, the inflation and people kind of, well, it is, tax return season, but are they going to report greatness? I don't think so. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, anyway, so there it is. It's doing nothing. So I'm very disappointed in Amazon. It's still kind of an expensive stock. Do I got any PEs on here? Yeah, it says minus 360 PE. I don't know what that means, negative 361. Anyway, so we got to keep an eye on it. It could be slow turning, but it's just not doing what the market is doing. Like, for instance, we're down, Amazon's now 1.5 for today, right? And the Qs are actually up. Why isn't Amazon going along for the ride? So back to the heat map. Let's look at Microsoft. What's going on with them? They got the whole chat GBT thing going on. For the most part, to invest in chat GBT, as far as I know, is Microsoft. I think it's the only thing you could do, in NVIDIA. But look, you can give Microsoft from, you want to take a break? Okay, it's all good. Because it looks just like the Qs. It looks good. Look at huge week last week. Right? Went from 245 up to 283. It's incredible. All right, yeah, take a break, man. Can't just go straight up from here. We're hitting that level of resistance anyway, right? There's a little level. It's actually more of a zone. I'm going to say it's more of a wide zone in there. So we're hitting that level. It's okay to take a break. Crossover. Everything looks good here. Volume on that last week. All right, so back to Amazon. and it doesn't look nothing like it. So yeah, it just kind of bothers me a little bit. Maybe it could be a catch-up trait, right? To say, okay, Amazon's the laggard, and that's how I kind of play them in AMD. I played a little trade on an AMD, got out a little bit early. I made money, but I could have made a whole bunch. But NVDA, right? NVIDIA is just kicking ass. It's unbelievable. This thing just ripping through levels like they don't exist. It's crazy. But anyway, look at that NVIDIA chart, right? And then AMD was not like that, right? So I was like, made me go, I think we could play a catch-up trade. And sure enough, this thing just started rocking, right? Went from 78 to 98, right? 20 points, which sounds like a little bit, but it's only under 100. That's 25%, right? So I had sold a put spread under here. So I was like, this level's gonna hold, and I sold the put spread, and sure enough, man. So right here, there's nothing wrong with it. We're down today. I don't know why it's down so hard. 2.94%. I don't know if there's any specific news keeping it down, but this is probably actually keep an eye on it. This is all good. It's all good. We're gonna blow through this area. Depending, you know what? This is probably perfect. Like if the market sells off on Wednesday, to maybe scoop these shares up. Keep an eye out for NVIDIA. If NVIDIA turns the corner, this will probably turn the corner as well. I mean, if NVIDIA gets knocked down and you see it like starting to turn green, and you could ride this for the catch up. But I think this is going to be a catch up trade, and I was kind of right. It's not going to be a NVIDIA what NVIDIA's doing, but it's going higher, right? If you don't own NVIDIA, you want AMD, and then Taiwan. Let me see what. Oh, I hit the mic. Sorry, y'all. See Taiwan Semi. You know the big boys of the SMH. How about the whole SMH to look at, right? So yeah, you can definitely see that the what's holding up those Qs is what is going on. What's holding up the Qs is it says I'm live. I've been live for 56 minutes. All right, Amazon to lay off 9,000 workers. Oh, one of my stocks is all right. So anyway, what am I? SMH. Yeah, look at that. So right there, everything. Every time I pull up these charts, it's always at a massive resistance level. Right there. Right, make it nice and fat. Okay, so it's trying to break that, level. We even got like an inverse head and shoulders sitting right here. So this thing is about to break out. The semis look really, really good. I don't know if I can recommend getting in them now because this video, we need that pullback. So if we get a pullback and you want semis, that's where to be, or the Qs. So I like those, right? Notice Amazon looks nothing like this. And not even Tesla. I mean, I'm going to go back to Tesla. You see, and that's always because I've been showing you these bullish charts. And damn, I hit the mic again. Tesla ain't one of them. Even though I own it and I'm bullish on it long term, but it's just not. If you want to make money tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but next couple, short term. It's not one of them. It's weak. It's just weak. But guess what? Especially we had this volume coming. But guess what? If you're in it for the long term, this is where you can scoop it up. Just like I was talking about with Amazon. And I wish it would do better and turn around. This is also a stock that could easily be up here somewhere in like 3 days. Okay, some news come out, or somebody upgrades it, say a double upgrade. Imagine you get one of those. It'll easily be in this area in a few days. So this is something that you got to decide to start scooping up, holding. You can't really wait for the move. If you wait for the move, you miss the move, right? So 185. I do think if it challenges that 200 area, we start challenging those previous resistance areas, I think it goes. I think this time it grows. We got a great pullback, and now we can hit it again. It's kind of like knocking on the door with, one of those things. One of those things the cops use, where it says "Let me in," and then they kind of boom, boom, and they ran back, and then really make that move towards the resistance line, and then just blows through. I think that's what this can do, right? So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not really surprised by the action, and that's why I say in all my videos, all my Tesla videos, I should say, is Tesla's in a downtrend. I just remind you, and it's because when stocks are in a downtrend like that, rallies are to be sold, and if you were doing that, trading Tesla, you making money because every time it rallied, it's still making lower lows. This right here, to tell you the truth, this we might be able to count that as a higher high. We might. Let's see. I need a little bit more data, right? So that's just swing low right there. We need a little bit. That's a higher low. That's good. That's good. Right. So JRS said, you said everybody wants to pull back until the stocks pull back. You're right. You're right, man. It's like this is the pullback. Try not to look at the turmoil going out there. And that's my new 2023, actually 2022 thing. I missed out on so much money during that whole thing when everybody had to wear those things over the mouth. Because I was just thinking, oh my gosh, we're all doing this and blah, 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 looking at videos and what's going on, and the market was just ripping. And I finally got on board and I made a lot of money, but I could have made a whole bunch of money. I was scared. I was scared, man. And it's something that no one ever seen before. But if I were to call that one, that was like one of them generational, I won't call it a generational low, but a generational move that you won't see. What's happening now maybe, but you just won't see something like that all the time. So what's in the general, and to make that kind of money, unless you're looking at individual stocks, but not for the whole market, right? So that movie was incredible. Move was incredible. Your Bitcoin Tesla should be looking nice. Yes, I mentioned that. So I guess she was loading. Yeah, I was saying that it's like tag team with them, and either Tesla's running and Bitcoin's not, and then Bitcoin's running and Tesla's not, which is a good portfolio, right? But if they can just both run, yeah, be happy. But yeah, it makes you feel good when your portfolio's in the green, right? So yeah, I'll just be feeling good, right? So today they're both running, so that's good. It's just been like, okay, you're running, it's running. So this whole little Bitcoin run that we have, Tesla's hasn't been participating. It's like, you know what, guys, Tesla still owns some Bitcoin. I know they sold a lot. Maybe this right here. Maybe this is Tesla buying, and we find out later. Yeah, we just bought some Bitcoin. See what's going on with Doge? I can't bring it up, but I guess Musk is not really on that Doge train no more. He hasn't even mentioned it in months. And it's one of the worst cryptos right now. It's Doge. So as far as when the run started, it's like if you put like the top 20, 30, 40, it's like pulling up the rear. So that's crazy. I know one mention by him, one tweet of a dog, it would probably double, but he hasn't been saying nothing. It makes me go, what's up with that? I mean, not that I want him to say, did you sell your Doge? Maybe he's going to come out and say, I sold. Man, if he comes out and say, I sold all my Doge. I mean, Doge is going to zero if he does that. But he hasn't been promoting it, so just make sure, just go, yeah, no Doge tweets and nothing. So yeah, Bitcoin looks really well. It looks really good. It's the best chart. So let's sum it up again. Bitcoin, the SMH, which is basically the major semis. I think AMD is a good candidate for a run because the others ran too far. Or you could just buy the whole index. the Qs, or just get the Qs, or gold. I never talk about gold on this channel. And gold is not like it's going to just start ripping. But if you want that stability, gold is looking pretty good. So gold is kind of volatile though. So gold is something that you can buy on pullbacks. Like things starts pulling back, just start scooping up some gold. SPY, I'm not really feeling it. The Dow, I'm not feeling it. IWM, I'm not really feeling it, even though it's bouncing off the low. EEM, it's still in a range. So anyway, that's my little analogy. Analogy? No, that's not. That's basically what's going on. My little thing. Maybe there's an analogy. Or the stock market. My vocabulary sucks, so forgive me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Anybody want to say something? Everybody, yeah. So I got all JRH's question. Says what kind of rode Tesla up. Thanks for checking me out, Glenn Jackson. And then JRH, of course. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Yeah, so been dropping the Tesla videos just because it's moving the channel. So subs is up nice, and I'll probably still drop them. But I hope, you know, when I drop another video that maybe you guys would watch those too. Those are good. Those are pretty good. I did a video talking about, I called the Bitcoin move, but yeah, go check out the videos, man. I've been right. I did a video on what was that, man? They tore me up in stock twits. Not Lee Auto. Was it Lee? The other one of them other EV companies. Not Lee. Was it Lee? No, not Lee. Gosh, I can't even think of it. Let me see. And then I did the even though I put a not, what is that, Palantir. I did a Palantir video, which I was right on that one. And I said, we coming down off of this. I didn't like that. And now it looks like it wants to come back up. But I did, even though I said it's going lower, I put a small trade, a call spread on for it to go higher. It didn't work out. Anyway, but because I was like, can it, wait a minute, let me go right here. Yeah, when it pulled back to here, I was like, let me put a call small, and no, it didn't. I knew that was gonna happen. But anyway, so I was right on that one. Gosh, what is that? Auto stock. See something. Hold on, y'all. Now I'm curious. I gotta go to the channel. One moment, please. I'm pulling up all my videos and go back and see what videos I did a Zillow video. I said time to buy Zillow. See if I'm right about that. I haven't pulled that up in a while. That video was done. Time to buy Zillow. I did that February 13th, which was right, I guess right here. Oh man, I'm wrong. No, right here. Right here. All right, so that's when I did the time to buy Zillow. We rolled over. That video sucks. I don't know exactly what I said in the video, but all I know is the title says time to buy Zillow. Lucid, that's what it was. Gosh, so Lucid. Yeah, so this one I said sell all day, and look at that, right? So I was right about that. They came out, and let me go to an hourly. Maybe you can see this move a little. No, how about the 4-hour chart? I could remove that drawing. Yeah, they came out. The thing was up to here, and it was like, oh, yeah, we're thinking about buying Zillow, the rest of the company. at did they give a price? I can't remember. And that was so fake. That was so fake. No one does that. You know what I mean? No one's, oh yeah, thinking about gonna buy it. So yeah, so the stock price runs up and then you just made it more expensive. You just buy it. Anyway, so I was like, I think that that was like they wanted to, somebody was trying to sell off of that news. That news was dropped so people can get out. That stock was down here. And then someone that came out with that BS story, and that was so people can get out. Look, we're right back where we was. So I was like, man, y'all got to sell all day. That's fake news right there. I think I'm going to buy it, so yeah, just buy it. Anyway, but yeah, look at that. So I was right on that. That was one of my best calls. Looks like my light just went out. So that means I have to end this video. All right, but I'm right. I'm wrong. I'm just the dude on YouTube, and I do this for entertainment. So it's entertainment purposes only. Just sit here, enjoy, laugh with me. I start, you never know what I'm gonna say. My opinion is like weird. And I like in talking to you guys, man. But it's only JRH talking. What's up with that? And I have England. So I appreciate Glenn as well. But I like talking about your stock. Someone requested a stock, and I have to do that video. And I promise if you watch this video, I will do that video. But just allow me some time. When I'm not doing a video, I'm just be like tired. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm just tired. And I just don't feel like doing a video. Even though I'll be I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this video. I can't. I'm so tired. Then I'll take a nap, and then I wake up, and I'm like, now I really don't want to do the video. So taking a nap is even a worse idea. But that's what it is. And when I was dropping videos left and right 2 and 3 times a day, I was off. And so when I'm off, I can drop these videos. But when I'm working, it's like hard. So it's like, man, dropping a video. Anyway, so if you just checked me out, I see my numbers are going up and down. If you just checked me out, please rewatch the whole thing. It was actually a good video. Forgive me in the beginning because I didn't know what to say and I had technical difficulties, right? But I got into the groove, man, and I started talking about these stocks, right? I'm going to sum it up again. Bitcoin, gold, semis. Bitcoin, gold, semis. There's one more. Bitcoin, gold, semis, Qs. I like them. But we need to be careful with Wednesday, man. That's when the Fed's going to come out. I just feel like there's nothing he could say that's going to make the market rip. I think it's a lose-lose situation. But let's see what happens. Especially if let's say he does 25 basis points, but he's bearish. He's still like, man, but 25 basis points, we still got to get to our 2% level. And so, we don't like where it is now. Inflation's rampant. The Fed's #1 mandate is control inflation. And we're going to do that and blah, blah. And he's doing all that bearish talk. And we know that means more interest rates. And after what the bank, it's going to be ugly. And then if he's just like, well, we're not going to do anything, that's going to be ugly. I think that'll turn, though, eventually. Because you just said last week you're doing 50. Now you're doing nothing. You just said it was 2%. Now you're going to let it sit at 6 and possibly go higher. So that doesn't work. So let's say he raises it 25% and then pause. Well, then why raise it 25%? Just pause right now. 25% ain't going to be a big deal. And the banks, you need to just pause right now. I don't know what. I just don't see a bullish scenario. Even if you decide to cut rates, that's not going to be bullish at all. I think eventually, I think it'll be a drop, a hard drop, and then a rally, especially in tech. And if that happens, you definitely want to scoop up some tech. Because, because it's like, oh my gosh, what do you know? What's excuse me, what's going to blow up? What's happening? Well, you cutting. You just said you was raising it 50%. 50%, 50 basis points. Now you're cutting. Remember the Fed cut down to 0 during the mass era. And and the market was still just tanking, right? So it'll take a little bit to clear up, but I don't know. I don't know if that looks good, right? So I don't know. I don't see the scenario. If you see the scenario where the market's just ripped, put it in the comments. So yeah, that's what I'm not liking. And then how are the Qs up in the S&P and the Qs? The Qs look good. The S&P and the Dow don't look as good. So is they going to be sinking while the Qs are ripping? How long could that last? So I don't know who wins that scenario. So or maybe we just kind of continue to gyrate. Maybe that's what it is. We just continue to do what we're doing now. The Qs, the Dow and the Qs, the Dow and the SPY just kind of flutter, go a little sideways, and the Qs start to find higher levels. I got indigestion, so excuse me, I'm real bad. So the Qs start to find higher levels. So therefore, it's, I don't think anything just starts breaking out to get all-time highs, but it just kind of continues to do what it's doing now, right? And as long as, once the meeting's over, as long as maybe nothing, especially if he shows a little, like we're going to just chill and cut thing, and nothing blows up for the most part and everything looks good. One thing that's saving the Fed is the interest rates has come down, right? So the 2-year was like 5 and change. And now in a week, it's like 3.6 or something. What a turn. That's what kind of that's actually making the paper that these banks have look a lot better than it did just a week ago. So that's actually good news. So, maybe it won't be as bad as it could have been. Did they save it? I don't know. Anyway, Rivian. I saw that Rivian. I posted on Twitter. Maybe you see it because you be on Twitter. That thing is nice. I was like, oh, this thing is nice. I need to buy some Rivian stock. Anyway, but the inside, it was my first time seeing one. I tell you what, this is the weekly. Yeah, it's run. This chart don't look good at all. I mean, oh man, there's the monthly. Look at this breaking. It looks like we could reach. I'm trying to go here, right? Look at the break. The H pattern, side, just breakdown. We're going lower, okay? I like the car, but hey, the stock don't look good. Notice I started with the weekly and the monthly. I didn't even do that daily thing, but we're going to go back now, look at the daily. So you can see the breakdown. Look at the volume on the breakdown. It's just, get the car, not the stock. Car looks great though. But this is one of those things though, if you're, if you're long, if you like Rivian and you really think it's the SHIT thing, you should be buying it here. Just kind of dollar cost, you're getting low shares. I mean, Ford pulled out. I think Amazon's still getting 2,000, how many thousands of vehicles they getting? And I guess somebody bought one where I'm at. I don't even know how to buy them. I guess like Tesla on the internet. But it looked really good. I was impressed, man. I was like, it was just nice. Just looks solid. Great. Anyway, but I posted it on my Twitter. It's a Dre Trades. But yeah, the stock is just looking just terrible. What was I gonna say about this thing? This is ugly. Anyway, so just kind of, I don't know what you do with this thing, but it definitely ain't time to buy. We got, oh, I know what I was gonna say. You definitely got, it's this thing is ugly. I'm sorry. This might be the ugliest chart I ever looked at. It just might be that. We had an all-time low, and everyone, unless you bought it today, let me see something. Let's go to the minute chart. Unless you're these guys right here, you're the only ones that's making money in Rivian. The only ones, right? Because other than those guys, everybody that's in this box is losing money. If you ever bought Rivian at any time other than the first 30 minutes today, you're the only people making money in the stock. Everyone is underwater. Everybody. So you know what that means? That means as the stock goes up, you have all of these people that's going to be trying to sell it back to you. It's like, I don't want good. Oh my gosh, I'm out. I can't believe we got an update so I could sell it. So it's just one of those stocks. It's possibly the ugliest stock I ever looked at, man. I don't know what that means. Okay, I don't know. We're just looking at the stocks. I'm not looking at any fundamentals. I'm just looking at this chart. You can have any name on it. It just looks terrible. But yeah, but that's facts, man. It's these guys. Now let me show you the people that's making money. Okay, these guys right here. They bought in the first 15. Yeah, those guys is up, and they're like, yeah. They think they caught the bottom. They're not going to sell until it actually goes through their level. And, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm losing money now. Now I'm one of them. Then they're going to lose. Oh, man. But so you got a little something right here. Look, you got down, it filled the gap, and look, it's rolling over again. This thing sell all rallies. I'm just disappointed after seeing the car and then looking at this stock. I remember this thing was what, $150. Man, imagine you bought a 12-month put. Oh man, unbelievable, crazy. Anybody else? Anybody else want to look at a stock? You know what? A stock that's impressive. Well, I'm not impressed, but Ford is getting crushed, man. And look at the breakdown right there. See, I drew here. We had the downtrend, and then I drew this. I think that's the ascending triangle. And then I drew this line. We're going to break down. And I thought it was going to be here. But you see, that's what's happening. And we're going to start trickling down. The move started. It's going down. It's going lower. That's what it's going lower. And why? I don't know. I'm not into the fun. I know these guys are struggling on their EV products, and I believe they lose money on every EV they make. This is why Tesla, you have to buy Tesla. These guys make a lot of money on every. They're crushing the competition. GM, I believe, makes a little bit when they sell an EV. Let's look at the chart. But they're getting ready to break too. And I can tell you this, since we saw Ford break, Ford's no GM. I bet you this breaks. I'm willing to bet that breaks. We're up today though, 177. Because Ford broke. So let's see. And, not necessarily today. Let's see if we break that. Now, what you would want to do here, it's in this zone, and it's been in this zone since the middle of last year. You buy it, right? These are actually where I just circled. That's a buy. But I'm saying that these are all buy points. So right now it's doing this. Buy it and trade it up to here. That's what it's been doing. This is almost like the perfect trade. I think that's even why it's up today, because it hit that level and it's time to buy. When it gets to 44, it'll be time to sell. And then it comes down here. It's time. This is like the perfect stock to trade. But one day, maybe this Wednesday, this is going to break. I think it breaks lower before it breaks higher. And, I'm taking that intel from Ford. And you can look at the stochastic is saying it wants to do the same thing as well. So let's look at the monthly. And yeah, it just looks bear flag. This looks like it looks like it wants to come somewhere by this low. I'm not even. Look at this. Wait, look at this line. Right. So I'm going through these charts, making these. Right. That is the ultimate level of support. Don't it looks like it just wants to roll over and come close to here? If that happens, is it a GM thing? Right. So we saw that weak SPY. We saw the weak Dow. We saw the weak IWM. We saw Ford breaking new lows. We saw Rivian just turning into a penny stock. GM, why would it want to go higher? If it starts to break out, if it starts to break down, what's happening with the market? And I think the market is like getting crushed. So that's what bothers me. I don't see the consistency, is Q's gonna just go up and nothing else? Only thing that looks good is Bitcoin. As far as who cares what the market's doing, I'm going higher. And that's what Bitcoin looks like. So, but let's see what happens. I'll go ahead and draw my little thing. So when we revisit this, we can see if I'm right. But it looks like that's what it wants to do. Look at the stochastic down here. I was just like, fell off the cliff and it's just laying there. It's not even trying to make a bounce. It's just like, I'm going to hang down here for a little bit. Look at over here, man, in 2007. Remember this drop? Look at the stochastic. It just laid down there for almost 2 years. Well, you got a year under your belt. Are you going to lay down for another year? Just hang out there below the 20 before you start to make your move higher, anyway, but gosh, it's just not looking good. These things were looking so good in 2021, right? These guys, they're not even putting out the I don't know for sure. I know they make some money. The EVs, where's the lyric, right? They just not, are they out? Is the Hummer EV out? Did they drop that yet? I see these pictures, but I don't see them. Now, I seen a Rivian. I don't even know where they make these things. There's GMs all over the place in dealership. I don't see any GM EVs. I don't see any Ford. I know that Ford Lightning is out there somewhere. I don't see that. And I see the Mustang Mach-E. That's been out for a while. I see that. But I don't see any GM electrics. I'm not saying it. I don't know if that correlates with the stock, but it's what I remember is I don't think Ford makes money, but GM makes a little bit of money. But Tesla kills them all. And they're just getting better and better. They make, these giga Texas and Nevada and China. These guys, they can't you can't catch them. It's too late. It reminds me of Apple was like on iPhone 3, 4 before Samsung even came out with something that was slightly competitive, but I'm a Droid person. I like Android, but it's like one of those things. And I don't even, but I think they're good now. Hold on a minute. Give me a minute. My heat came on, so it's cold. And that thing makes a lot of noise, so you might hear me. Let's see it's 41 degrees out there. Anyway, what was I talking about? The Ford G. So Tesla and the gigas and this and that, and how Apple had that big head start. But I think with these EVs, I don't think they're catching up. I mean, you even got the government saying, oh, okay, man, you're going to have to open up some of these chargers so we can charge some Fords and GMs. And right, these guys are way ahead of the game. Only thing I don't like that bothers me with Tesla, it's time to change the design. So you had the Model 3 and all of those models. I don't need to know them all. They're the same design for the last 10 years or whatever. To me, it's time to change the design. I know we got the pickup truck coming out. That design is going to be brand new. People's going to be like, it's so ugly. It's nice to me. But I think they got the facilities to change the design, right? I think it takes like 3 years for a design change. Maybe they're doing it now and they're going to pop up on the next investor day or whatever. Look, boom, new designs for all 3 lines. Just when the other companies just start to get their acts together. It's like, look, Look what we got. You know, they're gonna be like that, and then the other companies are gonna be rushing to do this and that. And anyway, it's just a huge advantage, a huge lead over the gosh, what am I gonna call these? Kind of like it reminds me of like AT&T. The can't think of that word, but yeah, damn it, I want to think of the word. It's perfect. Legacy. Over the legacy dealers, I'm gonna call them. Right, they got such a lead. Right, so anyway, I like Ford. I'm always like the stock. I made a lot of money in here. I had like 20, 30 calls or something in this move. I had a whole bunch of calls. And I sold them once I saw these pullbacks. So I actually, this is one of the stocks that I bought low and sold high. Perfect. And haven't been back since. Waiting for it to kind of make that move, but it just doesn't look like it. It just looks weak. See how we had some volume down here, right on the low. And see if I can zoom that in a little bit. Right, so you can see where it turned, and this whole thing, the volume, it started getting exciting, and now it's unexciting. When we start to see some volume come in and getting some up days, maybe it's time to come back in, but it's not doing that. Every great, and this having some good up days. This is the monthly, some good up months, but it just gives it right back. And now you had, remember we just talked about, here, let me go to the daily. We just talked about how we had those knocks. What stock was that? And then it just said it just gave up. That's what it looks like here. It looks like it just wants to blow right through this. This is, yeah, so it tried to get through, boom, boom. Didn't even reach there. Boom, and now it's just like, I give up. And that's what it looks like it's going to do to me. But we will see. But I want to make it clear. And this is where you would buy it at. And just get out below these lows, right? So this low is 33.12 and 33.27. Let's just call it 33. Get out of 33 if you want to trade. And then that's it. If it goes below 33, you were wrong. You know, and you can play it that way. Or you can flip it. If it goes below 33, flip short. Now I'm short. Buy a put, whatever. You know, so that's how I would play that. I'm not in Ford or GM, but I'm just giving my opinion on what these stocks look like. And I mean, if I were to go through stock to stock, and maybe I'll do that for the next video. Maybe I'll go through 500 stocks, the whole S&P 500, and see what's popping. Here's the heat map again. Looks like the Nvidia's down. Yeah, that's right. It was already down. Anyway, it looks like the tech is starting to turn red again, but everything else is doing green. Look at PNC Bank. All right. Apple's green. Broadcom, UNH. Yeah, so it's pretty much of a good day, except for the big boys, man. They're taking a break. But that's my trade. QQQ tanking. Is that for today? Oh yeah, so we starting, huh? The rollover has begun. Oh man. We'll see. It filled the gap, right? And well, I need to go to bed, y'all. I hope not. I really like, by the way, the charts that I like is this the weekly. The weekly looks good. It's for the most part, the weekly and the monthly. I like the long-term charts. I don't really look at the daily. So this one, I'll look at that and I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is going to do. I don't know. Anyway, but so let's go further out and see. I just like it the way everything looks here, right? This one looks pretty good. I don't, not like a NVIDIA, nothing like that. But it's probably just NVIDIA's probably the SMH just pulling this up like that. So we talked about let's bring up Google real quick. And Not looking good. It looks like it maybe want to turn here. It just looks like it could be a turn point. Great week last week. But look at that, man. It's just uh, don't look good. That don't look good either. Looks like it's just consolidating for the next move lower. Uh, Google. You know what stock looks good? I didn't even bring it up. The thing Meta. Meta, look at Meta, man. Right? Sitting right there. Huge level of resistance. So, yeah. I think it breaks it. If you get a pullback, I think this is actually one you could buy. But yeah, so Meta looks good. And we looked at Microsoft, right? So now I'm looking at all the fangs. Let me look at Apple next. Yeah, Microsoft is okay. Yeah, Microsoft looks pretty good. And then Apple, which I never look at Apple. And Apple looks okay. Damn, I was really dissecting this thing. Look at that. Let me go to the weekly. Yeah, look at all these zones. Yeah, Apple looks pretty good. Looks like it wants to break out of this area. It says huge area of resistance. So yeah, I like Apple. I usually don't say that, but maybe because I'm a hater. Maybe because I missed all of that. But when you look at it, just still looks. I'm gonna clear all these out. I like my lines, but let's remove these drawings. Remove all of them. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It actually does look good. See, I couldn't even see through all this drawing. So it's such a stock picker's market. You can't just throw a dart at this stuff anymore. You know, so I like the way that stock had look. Oh yeah, I love that right there. Apple looks pretty damn good. It looks like if it breaks out, if this break happens right here, it looks good. It almost looks like it ready to challenge those highs. So yeah, Apple's looking pretty good. All right, y'all. I gotta go to bed. Oh, because I work nights, so anyway, so thanks for watching. And if you're watching on the replay and you got this far, I really appreciate you, because this video is like an hour and 37 minutes. I learned from another channel that YouTube, I thought they don't like long videos. I think they're like 5 to 7 minute videos. That's why I've been trying to keep my videos short. And I think it's because of the whole Instagram, the shorts and the TikTok shorts, everything is short. And, you know, they want all that short stuff now. It used to be long when long came out, right? And now in lives used to pop. They don't want lives. They just want short videos. I guess. And I think that's like the new algorithm. And the shorter my videos are, the better they do, it seems like. So anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate it a lot. JRH, you know I appreciate you, man. Glenn, Jackson, you didn't come back, so hopefully you're still there, but I appreciate you too. Thanks for watching, y'all.